The following may upset you. It may even shock you.
Welcome back to another exciting edition of Storytime with Uncle Punky. I am Uncle Punky. It's a wonderful day. It's a beautiful Saturday in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's sunny out. The weather's about perfect. Good day to go out for Free Comic Book Day, which is today. So if you get yourselves down to Tardy's Collector's Corner on Burton and Eastern, you will find lots. Our friends from the 501st who were in last week. Dawn is out there in costume, and there's many others. We posted some of ours on the Facebook, so if you want to check out what some of the shenanigans going on, the store is full of things and it's ready to go. So get yourselves down there, take everything in. There's a lot of people out selling stuff on the side. A guy you might have heard of, Roger Schultz, typically my co-host. Not today. I got a special one today, and I'm excited. It's my wife. Hi, wife. Typically I shake hands with people, but you can bring it. Okay, so people actually know we're married.
Hi, honey.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here because I can't do things by myself, as you are well aware. And all the times that we've been married, I don't think I've been much without a chaperone.
All the times.
All the times. All the 6 months.
All the 6.5 months.
Still, that's all the times. Real quick, thanks to our friends at Puck's Cider. They have a bunch of new flavors they're working on. They're getting out there everywhere. They've been touring around. Oh, today, they're out of the ball field today, out at Fifth Third. There's like a beer fest thing. If you want to catch Pucks, head out there, grab various other drinks, but make sure and go see them. Tell them I said hi. Wish we could be there. So make sure and pick them up anywhere in Grand Rapids. Of course, Tardy's Collector's Corner, who have the shenanigans and festivities today. You need to go down and see our friends at Retro Rags. Who else? The 501st, our friends of the 501st. And we also made a visit. The Mandalorian Mercs. They are out in full force today, too. Well, two of them. Full force. You only need two, really, to handle a full force. And our friends at the Comic Signal, which we went to go visit, and we'll make sure, we post a video, but we'll throw that under an intermission so you can see what they got going on over there. We got to talk to the owner and check out the store, and a really great place. Family owned and operated, as is Tardy's, technically. So we love those family owned and operated places. So check yours out, support your local in Grand Rapids. Best way to go. Moving on, before we get to the big day, which is Star Wars. We're excited. We love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I was raised on it. You were raised on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big part of your life, which I know. But there's a lot of other big parts of our life. So we'll talk about Star Wars and the movies and the collection that really led us to today. But first, birthdays. Got to get those out of the way. There's a lot of birthdays. Was there a lot of birthdays?
No.
Okay, I didn't ask this time. I just kind of assumed. The past couple weeks, there's been a lot of birthdays, so I'm not sure what to do. On the 28th of this week, 1926, Harper Lee, American novelist. What novel?
To Kill a Mockingbird.
To Kill a Mockingbird. Thank you. Everybody had to read that in school. I've had to read it a couple times. I do like the movie. That's one still, that stands up. It's a good court case. 1949, Bruno Kirby, American actor and director. Don't know. 1950, Jay Leno. I know Jay Leno. Hey, Jay. He actually popped back on TV. American comedian talk show host. For those of you who don't know who Jay Leno is, I don't know how you don't. He has a giant chin. He looks like, where's that guy? He looks like the chin. Actually, he does the voice of the chin on that Timmy Turner cartoon. Matter-of-factly, I said. It's sad that I know that more than anything. He actually showed back up on Jimmy Fallon's late night being some angry guy off the streets they pulled in to do like some monologue and stand-up. He's actually pretty funny because it wasn't your typical Jay Leno. He seemed actually angry about stuff, and he would just fucking, I don't know about that. It was funny. 1974, Penelope Cruz, Spanish actress and producer. She's been in a variety of things. She's got the weird nose.
I suggested that you pronounce her name properly.
Penelope Cruz. Pineapple Cruz, Spanish actress and producer. 1981, Jessica Alba, American model and actress. Has she modeled anything in a while? I don't remember.
When she was pregnant.
Gloves?
When she was pregnant? Oh,
Yeah,
great.
the baby
Okay.
bump thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the baby lump.
Yeah, she's been in stuff. Not recently. On the 29th of this week, 1899, Duke Ellington, American pianist, composer, and band leader, did some nice stuff with Ella Fitzgerald, which I just played. Actually, 1951. This guy's not a big fan of walls. If anybody's hates walls more than anyone, it's Dale Earnhardt. American race car driver, died in 2001 when his car went very fast into something very solid.
Very awesome Monte Carlos out of it.
Yeah, very awesome Monte Carlo. Yeah, that's right. The number 3 was on everything.
But that was Junior.
Yeah, Yeah, and Junior, of course, carrying on the tradition. And now, well, I don't. Does he? I haven't heard much about him. Does he still race?
Junior was
Junior?
one that died.
Retired recently.
Junior didn't die. Yeah, Earnhardt died. Junior's still alive.
Junior just retired, I think.
Did he really? Okay,
so
he was doing the
16.
Budweiser car and stuff. Yeah, still kept it in the family though. Kept racing in his name. 1955, Kate Mulgrew, American actress. Don't know. 1957, Daniel Day-Lewis. I know. Irish actor. Always got submerged into his roles. Like always. That one, My Left Foot, where he played a special needs person, and he was like in a wheelbarrow or something. I don't know what it was, but yeah, he really immerses. There Will Be Blood. He had that sweet handlebar mustache and a lot of violence. That was a good one. You ever watch that one? Did I ask you that? You ever watch that one?
No.
There Will Be Blood. It's not bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did watch
Still
it.
got the old timey in the top hats. I like that one. It's very violent. 1958, Michelle Pfeiffer, American actress, still looks amazing.
Yes, she does.
We found that out in Ant-Man. They tried to do a younger version, which isn't much different. Yeah, which isn't much different from the new version. I mean, she looks amazing
awesome
for her age. Obviously, 58. She's the same age as my mom, 60 years old. It's crazy to me. On the 30th, 1921, Roger L. Easton, American scientist, co-invented the GPS. So all you people who get lost in your own town and never know where to go, you can thank Roger L. Easton. 1925, Johnny Horton. Yeah, light a candle for him. I don't know what to do at this point. 1925, Johnny Horton, American singer, songwriter, and guitarist. Johnny Horton was in.
Yeah.
Excellent answer.
New
Yeah.
Orleans
The Battle of New Orleans.
in 1814. Johnny Horton is a singer.
Oh, he sang about. Okay, I'm like, he was not in the Battle of New Orleans in 1925. That makes no sense. Okay, we're back on track. 1963, another American race car driver and sportscaster, Michael Waltrip.
NASCAR.
Was it Boogity Boogity? Was that him? Michael Waltrip? That wasn't him.
It was just NASCAR.
Was that?
I don't
That's
know
just
what
NASCAR
Boogity
in
Boogity is.
general. Boogity Boogity.
And for the record, there wasn't a whole lot of good pickings for this.
For the birthdays, okay, fair enough. 1975, fellow nerd Johnny Galecki, American actor. He was in Roseanne, of course, Big Bang Theory as the guy. I don't really watch it, but Kirsten.
He was David and Roseanne.
Yeah, I mentioned Roseanne. 1982, Kristen. You're my Kirsten Dunst. American actress. Interview with the Vampire, the original Spider-Man trilogies, and so on and so forth. Oh, and your favorite, Drop Dead Gorgeous. Yeah, about the pageant. Yeah, which we find out a lot of people like that movie, actually.
Mount Rose.
Yeah, Mount Rose, Minnesota.
old Mount
Oh,
Rose.
yeah. May 1st, 1946, John Woo, Hong Kong director, producer, screenwriter. I think everyone should say his name like that, like
Nope.
to his face. He might karate fight you. Like, he seems like a guy who would. No, he did a lot of beautiful, like, gun fu movies, you know what I mean? Hitman movies with Chow Yun-fat.
With some
started.
doves.
With some, I'm sure there was doves, slow motion, flying with bullets and such. 1949, Paul.
Tuttle.
Is it Tuttle?
Tuttle.
Paul Tuttle Sr. Oh, yeah. American motorcycle designer. I should read the rest. Yeah, with the mustache. Co-founded Orange County Choppers. Now part of great memes. Honestly. Him and the boy in those memes of just him arguing about anything. Nerd stuff, everything. It's just brilliant and it's hilarious. So, glad he's still relevant. 1965, Tim McGraw.
67.
He sings country.
You can't read.
Was it 67? No, that's still Tim McGraw. I don't care. 1968,
Darcy.
Darcy Retsky, American bass player and
Where's-
singer.
She was in Detroit.
She was in Smashing Pumpkins, and now she's in some other group now.
A friend of mine went to school with her sister.
Really? Awesome.
Darcy got into a car accident. She was totally normal up until her car accident.
And then
had
she
that
alternative.
She had that, you know.
Is that
facing
how she
death.
learned how to play bass?
Yeah, and all of a sudden she was
Just
in a very
magically
weird
from the car accident.
alternative
That's
band.
awesome. That's a good turnaround at least. Made
Well, yeah.
something out of a terrible situation. 1972, Julie Benz, American actress. I can't.
He was in Dexter.
Dexter.
He was in that superhero show with Michael Chiklis.
With Michael Chick, I don't. Whoa, the Cape or something, or one of those Super Family, or there was one that was on like NBC, ABC. Yeah, that had like a. They were trying to jump on with all the rest of the people doing superhero stuff. Yeah, no. Okay, 1937 on the second. Lorenzo Music, American actor, producer, screenwriter. The first voice of Garfield, and a Ghostbuster. He also played Venkman on the real Ghostbusters.
Which is weird because Bill Murray.
Did the voice of Garfield. Yeah, that's very odd. Oh, worlds intertwine. 1945, Judge Dredd. Wait, English singer. So wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, you guys really threw me for a curve on that one.
Judge. Wrong judge.
Yeah, I was immediately going to go like he enforces the law. What are you talking about? No, English singer
I am the
songwriter.
law.
It's
Most banned
EAD.
act on BBC, so it's a British act then. Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look this one up. That's interesting.
Not EDD.
EDD, yeah, DREED. Yeah, that would be the other dread. Man, that'd been great. 1947, James Dyson, an English businessman, founded vacuums, the Dyson Company. 1972, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, American Canadian wrestler, actor, and producer.
I thought he was
Is that a different Dwayne Johnson?
No, that's the same one.
It is?
Yeah.
How is he Canadian?
He's a Canadian singer.
Because he played in out of Florida, and he's Samoan. A lot of
thought he was
Samoan
Samoan.
family. Yeah, that's
Yeah, but no.
wow. That's weird.
He had dual citizenship for some
Oh.
reason. I think he was.
For probably for wrestling or
He's only a Canadian singer.
no, he played Canadian football for a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
After regular, okay, weird. All right, moving
Do
on.
they have football?
Yeah, they do. There's a Canadian football league.
Football or football?
No, actually, like American football, but it's a Canadian football league.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Like,
If they can't make it and they're struggling here or whatever injuries, then they usually go to Canada and they'll play there. Like the same with the wrestling
Oh.
shit. They'll go all over the place. 77, Jenna Von Oy, American actress and singer. I didn't know she sang, but she was, what's her name on? Six. Boy Meets World?
Blossom.
Blossom. Yeah, Blossom. I'm glad you remembered that.
Stupid hats. So many dumb hats.
And are we on the fourth now? The third.
Third.
The third, 1903. Bing Crosby, American singer and actor, crooner, died in 1977. 1905, Edmund Black, American hammer thrower. Yeah. Yeah, you could be a professional hammer thrower like freaking Thor. Just chucking that bad boy.
Hammer.
Olympic sport. 1921, Sugar Ray Robinson, American boxer. Fantastic Sugar Ray. From Detroit.
Sweet little wolf.
1934, Frankie Valli, American singer, actor, another crooner. 1938, Napoleon the, hold on, don't tell me, 14th. 14th, American singer, songwriter, and record producer? Not dictator? Man, you guys are really confusing me a little bit here today.
Slim Pickens.
My world is just blown apart. All right, who else do we got?
Blown apart.
Today.
Blown apart.
Okay, today, happy birthday goes out to Audrey Hepburn, born in 1929. Belgian British actress and humanitarian. And she was just fantastic. Oh, wait, no, forget her voice. 1970, Will Arnett, Canadian actor and producer. That's it. As far as deaths, Dom DeLuise, one of the original Cannonballers. American actor, director, and producer. 2012, Adam Yauch, one of the Beastie Boys. That's right, he fought and died for your right to party.
Don't.
I'm sticking with that joke. Anyways, all right, so we're going to move on today. The wife and I are going to discuss things that we just sit around and talk about anyways on a typical day for us, right? I mean, a lot of nerd culture. Most of the things that are seen behind us, we are involved with. Doctor Who, not so much. Battlestar Galactica. There's a few things. I still want you to watch Firefly.
Let's
Let's not sully the good name of the day, which of course has to do with Star Wars. It is May the 4th. We want May the 4th to be with everyone.
And also with you.
And also, and peace, peace be with you. Yeah, it turned into like a very Catholic religion. We're gonna go over through right. We're gonna go through some of the images from Star Wars. We're gonna talk a lot about the movies because in 42 years we've been given a lot. Like I said, I was born in 76, so I had all the cool Kenner products. I had AT-ATs, I had Death Star play sets, I had the little Dagobah with the foam that was supposed to be like quicksand or whatever, boxes that would look like they're hovering, and of course Ewok Village, and just everything that came from Star Wars. It consumed my life. The PJs, I had my two-piece, my footy PJs that had the Star Wars on them.
Did you have underoos?
I had some underoos. Absolutely I did. Of course I was too old for underoos, but that never stopped me anyways, because let's face it, because they're underoos. Yeah, now they actually have them for adults, which is wonderful. So let's go over this first image. For some reason, the Twi'leks were very popular in Star Wars. Twi'leks were just a thing. Oh, that's not a picture of my wife. And me. Neither of us are Twi'leks.
Right,
We're getting there. Hey, Twi'leks! They have noodles coming from their head. They're like, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Fifth Element. Like, you can see how that was taken from Twi'leks. No, is that something different? We can't cover that
The
one
other
either.
way around.
Oh, is it? Yes.
Yeah.
But obviously, Fifth Element, they tapped a lot of the sci-fi stuff, and you can't do sci-fi without Star Wars. Star Wars was the end-all, be-all of sci-fi epic adventures. So what everything strived to be. That was the bar that was set. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And Twi'leks were part of that universe. They showed up mainly as dancers and such in Jabba's palace and the whatnot.
Very central figures.
Yeah, they weren't very central figures, but there was a hell of a lot of them, apparently. As we know, Boba Fett. He didn't get a lot of screen time in the movies for as popular of his character as he
About
is.
37 seconds.
Oh, that's Django? Django got more screen time than Boba has then. See? That's already confused me. It's the lighting. It's where he's fighting
It is.
Obi-Wan and then in the one with the clones and the such.
Not a fan.
Not a fan either. We'll discuss that as well. But Django, of course, made many clones, which were our stormtroopers, and also kept one for himself, which became Boba Fett. Django, unfortunately, was beheaded early in the prequels, and his son swore vengeance as he flew off into space to become who he was. However,
the whole mysticism of Mandalorians didn't begin with that.
no.
It
oh,
didn't
no,
begin
at
with
all.
that.
They come
It began with
it's
37 seconds of screen time
in the
with Boba.
in the holiday special. Honestly, that was one of his first appearances. Was holiday
but nobody
special.
saw that.
No.
Nobody
Well,
really
yeah, right.
saw that. It wasn't.
Die-hard people in the 70s when it came on, of course.
It wasn't until really Jedi that.
Right. He really came to be and put into a spotlight of some kind.
Yeah.
And he was a cool character until he got eaten by the Sarlacc pit.
Did he?
Always
Jetpacks.
questionable. Always questionable.
Did you have jetpacks?
They do have jetpacks. And the pit of Carcoon, that's still nothing to mess around with. That's a lot of teeth. He could easily fly out and have saved himself, and of course they could use. And Mandalorian's repopularizing now because of The Mandalorian. John Favreau bringing them out to a series, Disney Plus.
But even before
a lot
that,
of
there was a.
Oh,
there
yeah.
was
A lot of cosplayers,
lot.
a lot of people,
There's a lot of
huge
people.
fans of Boba Fett, and they never did anything more with him than what he was until
Every once in a while, there'd be
Right.
this weird little flag that's showing up.
Sure.
Was it? It was in
Force Awakens. Yep, the mythosaur.
Mandalorian, the mythosaur
Yep,
skull
yep.
flag
Yep.
showed up, and then everybody's like, "Ah!"
Everybody was expectant. They thought, oh, yeah, maybe he's around.
Nothing.
Maybe he's in the dunes. Maybe he's
Nothing.
lurking around. Time will tell. I mean, it's not the end of Star Wars after 42 years. They had plenty more stories to tell. Plenty more stories to tell. Panda Bear, Edamames,
Edamame?
Padame,
Panda Bear.
Pomade,
Ta-da! Amala.
Punta Bantha. She, of course, Natalie Portman, played her. Keira Knightley played one of her little imposter ones. I do remember that. Little fun fact. Part of the first episode, befriended a Jar Jar Binks, made him a senator for some godforsaken reason.
She made bad
She
choices.
made bad choices in her life.
A lot
And
of bad
hooking up
choices.
with the ever young Anakin. Even at a boy, she was eyeballing him. That doesn't seem right. There's some obvious flaws and problems in the first episode. This was.
Can we skip it?
What was that? Anakin's little the guy who was
Pod
against him.
racing,
I can't remember
little-
his name. It's a weird name. He's got like 4 feet and he just crawls around. Yeah.
It's not
He
even.
looks like an insect.
How's that voice go again?
No, that's not the one. Nope, I can't do it. I'm not
Don't
doing
make
it.
him.
Sebulba. That's right. This is Sebulba. Watto is the one I can't do. I'm not allowed to do Watto. But yes, one of the many
Don't.
pod racers, which is one of the most frustratingly long scenes in Star Wars. It was just overly long.
I
It
did
was
enjoy watching
unnecessary.
my brother play that game.
Oh, the old
Slade.
the old game for the pod racing was all right, but having to sit through the commentary and all the other CGI stuff, not so much. This guy, one of the first to be choked out by Lord Vader in his Force choke. That's pretty much it. And well, they just slapped a mustache
Sorcerer's
on him
ways.
and put him back in there. Was he the only American, or was this guy British? I think they had
He
like
was American.
Yeah, they had that was the one American guy that they had in the
He
whole.
didn't come from the BBC.
They didn't come from the BBC on the Starship, right? The
How
Grandest.
did they get an American?
I don't know. I mean, Han Solo.
I
Well,
thought
he
it was a
wasn't.
galaxy far, far away.
Terran. What do they call them? Terrans in space or something.
No, that's Marvel.
Well, that's all human.
Right.
Human.
All humans are considered Terrans. I think even in sci-fi, they loosely give us that title for whatever reason. Anyway, all right.
Us.
We. From Solo, Daenerys Targaryen. Targaryen? I don't know how to pronounce
She
it.
also played Sarah Connor.
She did play Sarah Connor. She's been all over the
She did a
the
good
sci-fi.
Sarah Connor.
She did a good Sarah Connor. We actually discussed this not too long ago. I think she did an exceptional job. It was weird how they twisted the timeline and all the weird time travel stuff. A little bit out.
We're not talking about.
However, it had to do with time travel. But Solo, she did good in Solo. Solo's first girlfriend,
I love.
the one who kind of caused him pain. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Solo, she betrays him. As most everyone does in Star Wars.
Does she?
Everybody does. Does she?
Does she?
Oh, true. It's very open-ended, but we're never going to get a Solo sequel, unfortunately. which is a bummer. A lot of people just took a piss on it, and it's
I
unfortunate.
don't even remember the guy that played Solo, but
Yeah.
he was.
I think he did
amazing.
great. He had the smarminess and the sass and the smarm. And no, all the characters did. Of course, the new robots they introduced us to that are sassy and whatnot, and Lando, Donald Glover did a fantastic job as Lando. I think he knocked it out. So yeah, Solo I thought was a good movie. A lot of people
Didn't get the greatest reviews, however, it was phenomenal.
but there's also some
Everybody
people
can
want to
share.
get the Last Jedi taken out of canon, out of like movie canon, because they're just upset with it for whatever. It's a movie. Come on.
Aw, Uncle Owen.
Enjoying some blue milk with your Uncle Owen. Of course, this is a famous scene.
And we now know where blue milk comes from.
We do, so it makes it extra disturbing.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
really didn't need
It's
to
better
know.
to have it pasteurized and then shipped in from Tashi Station, which I'm assuming that's where you pick it up from. That's where you get
I'm
everything
hoping
from.
it's pasteurized.
Power converters and blue milk, pasteurized blue milk. I wonder if they have like a skim and like a hole.
She was throwing some.
They got like a vitamin D, or they got 2%, nice 2% blue space goat milk. I don't even know what those things were. They had trunks. They're one of the trunk people
It was like a elephant seal
with many teats.
llama.
It's scary. And they drank that
Llama
stuff. That's
milk.
what he even went when he got to Mos Eisley. He's like, "Oh, blue milk. No, we're not serving you that. Here, drink this out of a dirty glass."
Didn't ask for blue milk.
He wanted blue milk. This
He
guy,
just did this.
Admiral Piet, he got a choking through a screen. Didn't know I could choke you through the screen, did you? Well, it happened. Shows how far of a reach that Vader's power can be. No one is safe. No one on their own team is safe. He killed more Imperial officers by choking them out than he did Rebels or Jedi. I'm just saying,
That's speculative.
yeah. Oh, is this it's Wedge
Wedge.
Antilles. Wedge
Wedge
Antilles. It was
Antilles.
very popular actually. A lot of people really liked the character who showed up in like all the Star Wars.
Who doesn't love a wedge?
Wedge had a good lifespan, and not a lot of people did in Star Wars as far as the rebellion
He
went.
did make it through 3.
He did. That's what I'm
He made it
saying.
through
I mean,
three.
he was a star pilot right there. Like, see why they're friends. Oh, there's Laura Dern, her giant neck. Jesus, she's like a brontosaurus. Look at her.
She picked up a few things from Jurassic Park.
Honestly, she reminds me, because of the size of her neck, as one of the people who cloned Django. Like in a disguise, like a human form. She's just disguised, some like weird clone of them with like
so
Django
pissed.
mixed in. She does look
She's
angry.
slowly becoming a brachiosaur.
She is. Welcome to Star Wars Park.
She's evolved nostrils on the top of her head.
She can swim in water.
Look at the pout.
She really does. Well, you know what?
She's got some
That's because
hardcore
Poe was giving her some
Oh,
giving her some
damn
guff.
right.
You go, because he thinks he's a hotshot pilot. We don't have time for hot shots.
Goddamn rebel scum.
Rebel scums. Oh, IG-88.
IG.
The Ig.
He was a bounty hunter.
He was a bounty hunter.
Failed.
Kind of stood around.
Failed.
Didn't accomplish much.
What is?
Like, what
knob?
is his record? I wonder. They gotta have like on Wikipedia or something. Like Wikipedia. They gotta have like how many people he's actually taken out, because he doesn't
Okay,
look like
Google.
he's very functional. Not you, them. You're on the show.
Wikipedia.
Shh. Gamorrean guards. I think this is where they could check in at the Jabba's palace. Return of the Jedi. C-3PO, R2, Gamorrean guard. That's definitely Jabba's palace. That's before they get put to work. Before yeah.
Jabba's sailing barge.
Jabba's sailing barge. You will work on the barge.
Yeah.
Oh, Mon Mothra.
Mom.
She's made it through a lot of episodes too. Looks exactly the same. That's her job. She stands there, she makes an announcement, and she leaves.
Whoever they found
Is she battling
to.
Godzilla soon?
She does. She's fighting Godzilla and the King of the Monsters coming up. Mon Mothra. Yeah, as soon as
She's got wings.
that wingspan that she's got is
She's
just
got a cloak.
incredible. Oh, look, it's a trap. The calamari, which are, by the way, very aptly named aliens. The calamari, because they look like little crawfish.
Calamari is.
Well, it's seafood related. It's the same difference. No, you want me to start with that? Count Dookie. It's Green Day's, named after Green Day's first album, apparently. I don't, this
Honey,
is just...
It's Dooku.
Am I all over the place today? Yeah, it is Count Dooku. And, of course, it's Christopher Lee, who's awesome.
Who's great?
He is great.
Look at his
All
eyes.
of his crazy sci-fi and weird horror movies and the Hammer stuff he did back in the day. He's played Dracula. He's played a Spanish Dracula. The man is amazing. And then they did this to him. They even CGI'd him to fight Yoda and Obi-Wan and all that. The trilogy, the original trilogy that we were exposed to, no special features, dynamite. Space epic. The original 3 that they put out with nothing but CGI, no
The
practical
prequels.
effects, just there are elements of them that kind of have salvation. We were discussing, Chuck and I were discussing about Revenge of the Sith, the third in the original trilogy that they called it. It had potential. It had good elements. It had things that would have made it an amazing movie. However, and Hayden Christensen is terrible. I hear you over there. Now I know. I agree with you about. And unfortunately, Hayden Christensen is not very popular amongst a lot of people. Not getting a lot of work nowadays. Nien Yub, pancake face.
Yub.
A lot of flappy folds going on on his mug. Most unattractive co-pilot, but still, it's got some Chewbacca caliber flying to him. I mean, he could handle the Millennium Falcon with Lando just fine. He had to do it twice. I mean, he's technically a hero. Ugly as hell. Yeah.
Weird Vietnamese name.
A weird Nien Yub. That might be Vietnamese
Nien
or something.
Nguyen.
Lobot. Part robot, part man.
Part Patrick Stewart.
Part puffy sleeve enthusiast. Maybe a space pirate. Who knows? Lando's right hand, keeping Bespin in order. He communicates, of course, with a little box on his head, which I think
Kinda like
controls
a
everything. I
headband.
think he's kind of like an android,
Headband
but that's like.
that fell.
What was the aliens? An alien, the android. Yeah, Lennon. What was
Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop. Yeah, he's kind of like
Or-
a bishop.
Ash.
Oh yeah, or
Ash.
Ash. Yeah, it depends on which one. Oh, Buttface. He has a name. I can't remember his name. Buttface.
Baba.
I'm on Panda Baba. Thank you. I'm on it on 4 star systems. Oh, I'm
There's
happy
a
for it.
character
12.
called
He's the other guy.
Aladdin? What? Yeah, he's not attractive, and he's got werewolf arms. I'm not sure how it works. So he's hairy, but he's got a weird nutsack chin thing. He's terrifying.
Children.
There's children are gonna watch this. Max Rebo, love me some Max Rebo. A
Jizz
Salacious
Whaler.
Crumb, Salacious Crumb hanging out with the band over there,
Master.
playing some maracas.
Master just
He is a master jizz whaler. You can find no better in the galaxy. Look it
those
up. I'm not
fingers?
even kidding you. Yeah, that's what fingers are made for jizz whaling. Salacious Crumb again. That was his role. He was the Ed McMahon. He was the Roger Schultz to Jabba. That's what his job was.
Oh,
I'm throwing him under the bus. He's not here. Sorry, he's taking a day off to go
Screw you.
hang out with Tardies.
I saw him sitting on his
I
ass.
saw him sitting on his ass too. We'll get to that in an intermission. I think we got a video of Roger not doing a hell of a lot. So about the same he does here. No, I'm not gonna do that to him. He's a good boy. He's got wonderful wares. Go see him.
It's contractually obligated.
Tell him thanks for not showing up to work today. This was a newer one from
Yep.
Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Had very similar to like a
Sound-
Knights of Ren mask. Also very much a Mandalorian style. I mean the helmets. I mean really
They were the-
Stormtrooper-esque.
They were supposed to be the beginning of the rebellion.
Right, and that's what they were in the movie.
So feathery and fluffy.
They were, but they were just kind of like a bunch of Outlander,
Sound like
underground. Yeah, it's still cool. I did like Solo. Solo's great. And of course the Max Rebo band. Oh no, the Mos Eisley Cantina band.
Cantina band.
My bad. It's still one of my favorite songs.
Again,
I love
with
it.
the weird fingers.
I think you have to have weird fingers in
weird
order
fingers
to
to be a musician.
be
And
weird-fingered alien in order to handle your instrument. Apparently, they don't move like regular humans.
Names of the band.
What is the name of the band?
It's Finger and Dan and the modal nodes.
Finger and Dan and the Modal Nodes.
No,
Yeah.
I get that, but
Well, it's always going to be the Mos Eisley.
I thought it was
band,
always
really.
just the Cantina band.
The Cantina band. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. I don't like that other one. That sounds too
No.
new.
Wicket.
Wicket E. Warwick. Of
No.
course. No, he was Wicket E. Warwick. He actually had like a full name.
Oh,
Yeah, I kid you not. It was on like the Picard backing for the figure
I thought that
that
was
it came with.
just because
Nope.
it was Warwick.
Because it
Davis.
was Warwick Davis. No, it's Wicket E. Warwick. Because obviously Warwick Davis, give him
There's
credit.
Wicked W Warwick.
Wicket W, not E.
Buh, 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 buh.
Wicket W Warwick. The WWW. The World Wide Web of Wickets. One of the adorable creatures who befriends Leia because she's sassy and offers him food.
Space Bear.
Space bears, one of many space bears. A lot of them get just annihilated in Jedi. But they really just throw themselves into that battle, man. They are not afraid of stormtroopers. I give them that. Our good friend Poe
Poe
in 1/4 of a BB-8. The newest adorable little droid bot, cousin to R2, maybe. Ex-girlfriend, something. I don't know. They seem like they kind of know each
R2
other.
and Wally.
R2 and Wally had a love child, and BB-8 as a result. Yeah.
And it can magically turn on sand.
Right, Poe Dameron looking stunned, just stunned, to see Finn alive. His bro. Bromance.
Oh.
Bromance time.
Oh.
Oh. General file a grievance.
File a grievance.
File a grievance against you.
Filing
He has many
grievance.
arms and many sabers.
Sometimes.
He's got he's got components under the mask that are alive, and the rest of
Just
them's
pretend
just
this didn't
cyborg.
happen.
It's just a brain and a face.
Really just,
we
like,
should
pretend
pretend it. I know it's part
just
of that
bury
one,
it.
and I don't know what his
Bury
point
it.
was or stories except to be menacing.
So it's like
What-
RoboCop 2?
What was? Yeah, it's an Ed 209. It's just a souped up Ed 209.
That
That's what
wasn't
the hell head.
in the first RoboCop.
He said second RoboCop.
I know, but Ed 209 was in the first
Was he in the
RoboCop.
first? Well, they did another one in the second and third
I don't-
ones. We're not talking RoboCop today. We're talking Star Wars.
RoboCop 2
Like
specifically.
Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon loves Jinn.
The Liam Neeson's was fantastic as Qui-Gon, and unfortunately he only
He
lasted
got buried
one movie,
and got buried in all of history.
and that was it. They do tell some tales in the comics and some of the other canon, the novelizations and stuff. You can get some of his other stories of his adventures, which is unfortunately
Kind of looks like Jesus.
not on the screen. He's a lot like Jesus. He really is. Truly compassionate and forgiving like Jesus. I mean, he got cut down in his prime. Literally cut down in his prime. Thanks to the Darth Mauls. One of them, because there's two of them. Bib Fortuna. Oh, Fortuna.
Named for his fabulous bib.
His bib of tentacle
His
head
worm-
that comes
worm-
up.
worm
He's
bib.
he's like a Twi'lek that's been ousted because he only had one tube coming out of his
Kind
head.
of reminds me of
He's got a bullfrog head too. That's
no, it's kind of Tom Cruise in Interview with a Vampire kind of
Oh,
face.
maybe. Yeah, I could see that. It looks like he maybe had horns at one point that just
Got the
got
teeth
broken
and
off.
the
and fell
eyes.
down. He's not attractive, and
Tail.
he's Jabba's butler. Doorman. Like, yeah, really, that's honestly, he's like the guy
Messenger.
with the clipboard who walks around. That's his job. That's a trap! I don't know why he's one of my favorite characters. Really, he doesn't do much. He spins in a chair and goes.
He orders some people around.
He does. But the Calamaris have been a full a fleet of like airmen. I guess I don't
They
know.
kick some ass.
Seems like they'd be more apt in a water planet.
They could.
They could have a
You think they swim well?
They
Maybe they don't.
Maybe
Why else
they
are
come
up
from a
in
water
space
planet.
on a ship? Yeah, but how would you acquire the skills to fly like starships living underwater? This is beyond me. It makes no sense. Finn. FN two something
417.
417. Are you right? I
Fairly
think you're guessing. You're fairly
confident
positive.
in the 417.
But he'd be
187.
2187. Ooh,
Yeah,
you're
I
close.
got the 17
that
in there.
year. But Finn, widely popular. Great to see him pop up. Is he the son of someone?
Could be.
Is he connected to Lando? Is he connected to
No.
Mace Windu? Because those are the only two black people in the
Who
whole freaking
cares?
galaxy.
They don't have to be
I
related.
care.
It's a big galaxy.
But
They don't have to be related to anybody.
If
they
it's
could
Star
just
Wars, it's related, and they're gonna have some kind of daddy issue. It's every single character has got some kind of parental problem
Be, they were,
that they have
There
to
are
overcome,
speculations.
or they find out somebody was connected to something bad, and then they're trying to not live under the shadow of said relative. Just speculation.
there's all sorts of speculation.
I know.
They
That's the
were
beautiful part
trying
of
to
this.
they were trying to put out there that
Ray,
Rey was
Han Solo, the other
Nah,
twin. I threw that one in. There.
No, they were trying to. She was supposed to be Obi-Wan Kenobi's daughter.
Long lost, right?
Why? What is it with all of our heroes giving up their babies all willy-nilly?
That's what that's Star Wars does. They just hand them off to whoever.
Finn was supposed to be
Just give in to the Empire.
Just
Here you go. Raise
popping
this.
out babies.
Well, maybe
Just
welfare
give
is a
'em
little
off.
bit different in Galaxy Far Away. They have different.
Sorry, I'd like to think that my heroes keep their children and raise
They
them
don't
to
have
be
child
heroes.
protective services in the Empire. There's no level on the Death Star where there's a child protective services.
There doesn't need to be.
There does. Apparently.
They're either children or
They're
their
going to
parents,
turn out like this
or
little
they're
bastard.
slaves.
Look at this guy. This whiny,
And he was raised by his
stomping
parents.
for a little while, then his uncle, because of this guy, because of Vader. He looked up to his grandfather. He thought his grandfather was a cat's pajamas. He was not.
Where?
He was a genocidal.
Where did he get those ideas from?
Luke, I'm sure, stated, as he did, my father was a great Jedi. Remember when he was all like, he started having that, I'm not going to be like my dad. No, my dad was cool. He was a Jedi. No, your dad was a dick for a long time. And then he became, finally, a Jedi before he died.
Tantrum throwing little baby.
Throwing baby. He really is. And they gave him a whole squadron of people to command. One of my all-time favorites, he showed up in Rogue One, which is, of course, the in-between Return of the Jedi, or, before Star Wars and Revenge of the Sith. One of my of course, we love watching Donnie Yen. We watch Donnie Yen at home a lot. And he is amazing. And of course, we would have liked to have seen more or had more of him as a Chirrut Imwe.
Chirrut Imwe.
Cool name. Just a blind.
I'm blind.
With a force. His job was protect the Kyber crystals and the Jedi. So you have someone who's not a Jedi to protect the Jedi, and that's him. That's Donnie Yen all day. He hands down.
He.
Yeah.
Not even his character.
Right.
He is Jedi.
He is a Jedi.
He is Jedi. Donnie Yen is totally 100% Jedi.
I wonder. We got to ask him that. Let's find Donnie Yen. We're gonna find Donnie Yen on the Twitter. We're gonna ask some questions. Palpatine, apparently making a comeback. Well, it's speculative. There is a laugh at the end of the latest trailer. A cackle. Very familiar to the original Ian McDiarmid, who played this role fantastically.
Remember we were watching Dirty Rotten Scoundrels?
Yeah.
The other day?
Yeah.
And he was in it?
Yep. Yeah. And Ian McDiarmid pops up in it. Yeah.
He's a butler!
Yeah. You're like, oh, why aren't you evil? It's weird.
But he does say, welcome to hell.
Yeah. He does give you that little menacing voice. But, I mean, it's a scary character. I mean, the Emperor, you don't know what he's capable of.
I seriously was
Yeah,
not
he's got
that.
lightning. He's very manipulative. I mean, people were bowing
He's
to
a
it.
cripply old, rickety piece of shit.
Apparently not.
Lightning. For a minute.
Yeah,
Godzilla does that.
He can resurrect life. He even talked to Anakin in the 3 prequels about the fact of there is a Sith Lord who has the ability to defy death.
He's just not that scary to me.
He doesn't look well.
He
growing
doesn't
up,
do a
when I
whole
was
lot
growing up,
except for this.
Early 80s, late 70s, when I was watching these, and that hood, and he was just so, he was like the witch in Snow White at the time.
Jabba the Hutt was more intimidating
than
him.
Jabba the Hutt was very intimidating because he was a big pile of gross.
He looks like he's been rotting in a freaking nursing home for way too long with no visitors.
Go put the Emperor by the window. He likes to sit by the window and just look out. Mace Windu. He's a bad mother. Yeah.
He doesn't like snakes?
We don't know that he's dead. We don't know he's dead. He was thrown out a window. Jedi.
Mace Windu was thrown out a window.
Mace Windu. But they survived many more falls. Many higher falls. They've jumped from higher into... You're a Jedi. If you can't handle a fall out of a freaking 50-story window, why are you even calling yourself a Jedi?
Who cares?
Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe he comes back around. Like I said, maybe it's Finn's dad.
It's not. Because he's a freaking Jedi.
You don't know this, Finn. Did they check his midichlorian count?
My grandma.
Grandma Tarkin. Oh, wrong way. I went the wrong way. Grandma Tarkin. He's been a Tarkin for a long time. And the grandest of them all.
Great-grandma.
Great-grandma of Tarkin.
Great-grandma.
They CGI'd him into Rogue One.
Well.
Very, very well. It looked just like him. Peter Cushing's a phenomenal actor. Been around for a while. He was a Doctor Who.
He was a
kind of. One of the one-off Doctor Who stories. There's 2 of them, but still one of those random. He's a Doctor Who just because the other ones didn't want to do this movie.
Journey to the center of the earth.
Journey to the center of the earth. Yep, with Doug McClure and Peter Cushing going to the center of the earth.
He was so prissy.
What's that? Troy McClure. Yeah, you may recognize me from such films as. But yeah, he's been Grand Moff Tarkin forever, and he always will be. There will be no grander Tarkin than the Moff.
Grander Moff than the Tarkin.
Moff Tarkin, right? They've used him a lot, but we were talking about this the other day. How did he get there? How did he get that job?
Which job?
The Moff, the Grand Moff.
He had to fight all the other Moffs.
All the other was it like that though, or do you
an elimination challenge?
But do you have like a campaign, like posters up around the Death Star?
No, you You battle.
You go into debate with
It's
like
like-
Thrawn. What is
it's
it?
like,
Thrawn's on the Rebel One.
Gladiators.
American Gladiators. For Moff, for title of Grand
Galaxies, Moffs.
Moff. This one actually brings a lot of heartache as
Rip.
of recent news. As of this week, what was it? Thursday. I think it was Thursday. Peter Mayhew passed.
Right before.
Our Chewbacca. I
Right
mean,
before
there
May
is a
4th.
new guy,
I
a new
think it was May the
generation
2nd.
to continue on our Chewbacca, but
May the 2nd.
May the 2nd, yep. You
May
didn't
the
quite-
2nd
If he would have
be
made it
with
to the 4th, that would have been amazing. But unfortunately, we lost Peter Mayhew, who gave us the role of Chewbacca in many, many things. And many, many episodes and specials
He did a
and
good job.
appearances and Comic-Cons. He was great to his fans, what I'm told. I mean, just a real treat of a human being. And we lost
Roger
a giant.
met him?
Roger met
Roger had a
of course.
picture?
Roger's got a picture with him, and just it's pretty sad to think, as they continue on. Obviously, he was getting kind of up there in age, anyways. I mean, it was time
And he
for.
did have a very hard time getting around.
He did have a
His-
hard time getting
his
around. Very.
height was crippling and
Yep.
had
Yep.
an effect on him.
But we have new generation of Chewbacca, so at least the legacy of Chewbacca will continue, obviously, in Peter Mayhew's memory. So that's wonderful.
No!
This is from the special edition. Why
What
would
is
you
wrong with
do
you?
such a thing?
Who's in charge of
To
this?
get that reaction.
Oh, this looks like a. Yeah, thanks.
No!
Remember on South Park how sometimes they just look like crappy characters? That's what happens in this scene when he walks over
I'm outta
Jabba's
here.
tail.
Oh,
The interaction is ridiculous. Jabba was supposed.
They were so proud of it.
Jabba was
They
supposed to
were
be a human.
so proud of that one.
In that scene, Jabba was originally supposed to be not a human, but
They're
an
like,
alien character, but more human
Look
characteristics.
what we can do.
where Han
ruin.
did walk around him, and they just
It was
tried
a dude.
to.
He looked
Right.
like a friar. He
Yes.
looked like Friar Tuck.
So they're like, let's do this. Let's just impose Jabba for the special edition. No, don't do that.
I'm gonna
Don't
flip
ever
this
do
table.
that. Don't flip the table.
I'ma flip it.
It's a heavy table.
And
It
it's
is a
gonna be
heavy
your
table.
fault.
It's
You're hiding behind this, but
hey.
I can see you.
Big news on Greedo. He's coming to our town. He's coming to our local Comic-Con. It's been announced. The Grand Rapids Comic-Con is going to have Greedo. Which means a bunch of people are going to try to outdraw him, I assume. A lot of people are going to try and come in and just shoot first on Greedo. Because why not? Oh no, Quani. The Family Guy one where the
Blue
guy
Harvest.
plays Greedo. Oh no, Quani. So Greedo obviously got killed first. Han did
First.
shoot first because of the idle threats and the way the conversation was going. Greedo was going to kill Han. So Han said, done talking. Boom. Done deal. I'm out. I'm out this galaxy. And that's exactly how it went down. Anybody wants to argue with me about it, that's fine. I'm getting podiums. I'm just saying. K2...
K2SO.
K2SO. Yep. Played by Alan
Alan Tudyk.
Tudyk, who has played a chicken in Moana and various other things. He's great. Of course,
Dale.
Pirate Steve and
Dale
Dodgeball.
and Tucker.
Tucker and Dale.
Tucker
Yep, he was in
and Dale.
Tucker and Dale. He played Tucker. And of course, this sassy little number of a robot, which was great in Rogue One. The weird relationship between the robot and Jane Erso and all the, we don't like you, but now I like you and stuff.
Genesis.
It was very cool. Again, Rogue One, excellent movie. Solo, excellent movie. Those are good fillers in between. I agree that I agree with myself that they are.
Bad hair.
The coolest man in the galaxy, Lando Calrissian
Cool.
for Colt 45.
Steals Han Solo's vest and shirt combo.
Does and wears it after Han dies. He still wears the
He
outfit.
doesn't
After he's
die.
frozen in carbonite, yeah. Yep, wears Han's clothes and flies his ship, which is technically his ship originally, which we found out in Solo, obviously, how that all came to be. But Billy D making a comeback for the new one. He's coming back to fly the Falcon.
He looked pretty rough at Comic-Con a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
he came to our Comic-Con, 2 years ago, I think, and he's in wheelchair bound, unfortunately. He looked really rough.
He wasn't doing too well.
But
Glad to hear.
the new trailers, yeah, he's looking great. He's looking healthy, and I'm glad. So it's going to be good to see him.
The Fembot Royale.
C-3PO. One half
Cyborg relation.
of a human
Human
cyborg relations.
cyborg
Yep, one half of a comedic duo that was through all the Star Wars animated stuff, and for some reason he had a red arm. I'm sure he tried to tell people, we're like, we don't care.
I'm
about
sure
we
you're
don't-
wondering
No,
why the red
we're
arm.
not. We don't care.
Don't care.
Just be your normal, scared,
You look
temperamental self.
even worse in the prequels, so...
Yeah, they really did a number on him. Way too shiny. the Darth Maul. One of two brothers, Darth Maul. He wound up getting some cyborg legs after this. They like hooked him on the cyborg legs and they stuck him on the Clone Wars animated stuff and things like that.
So
yeah,
pokey.
Ray Parker's cool. If they would have done one, he really didn't do much except fight those two and get cut in half.
He's a good fighter. He is trained.
Absolutely.
He's got fighting skills. Mm-hmm. That's all I can say about him.
They could have done.
He's not even cool with Darth Maul.
No.
He doesn't even like the fact that he was that guy.
No, yeah, Ray Park's very much.
He'd rather be known for playing
Toad on oh, God. That was awful too.
But
he doesn't make good choices. He was Snake Eyes in the G.I. Joe, which he didn't have to say anything, just do kung fu stuff. Yeah, flip around and stuff. Yeah. BB-8, adorable ball. That's it. Adorable.
Sounds
ball.
like a rubber ball.
Yeah, because he sounds like he's got air in him when he's like bouncy and stuff. Yeah, it's like, what? How does that work?
That's how he grows on sand.
Right. Yeah, he's got to inflate himself, but it is cute. As soon as he showed up, it's like, oh, that's adorable.
Super cute.
And of course, they came out with the one you can control with your phone, a little remote one, which it's pretty neat.
The iPhone.
That he just rolls around, but his little dome head. I'm like, it's the future. Star Wars is the future.
Droids for everyone.
I saw a cosplay of this online. I showed Chuck, our producer, of a guy who looked just like Alec Guinness, just like him. It was spot on, and Alex Guinness is amazing, absolutely amazing actor. Alec Guinness is McGinnis. Made a wonderful Obi-Wan. It's really hard to replace. Ewan McGregor, I think, did a really good job of a younger one. Ewan. Yeah.
Ewan
but
McGregor.
he did look a lot like a younger.
No, he did well.
Yeah, a very younger version.
He did well.
Hopefully Star Wars and Disney will put out that Obi-Wan story.
Disney will put out.
Yeah. They do. They seem like prudes. But no, hopefully we get some kind of Obi-Wan solo story. That would be great, I think. Ewan McGregor's at a good age.
I would be interested in
of what would happen
What
after.
Did happen?
Yeah, like in between Clone Wars,
to?
when Clone Wars to Star Wars, how he got to Tatooine and went into hiding. I mean, there's more adventures from him. And like I said, Ewan McGregor's at a great age where he could play that middle ground now.
He does.
So.
He does look.
Oh, that's what happened to his arm. It got cut out of a photo.
He got cropped out.
This is, of course, at the moisture farm. This photo was taken. On a desert planet.
Moisture
farm. Is that why it's a desert planet? Because of all the moisture farms in the area? I'm confused.
Like
on the other side of the planet,
moisture.
is it like green? They only do like moisture on one side of it. Because it's all lush on the other side. So they hired R2, and then he immediately ran away.
The fact that they stuck a little man
inside
that.
A drunk little man.
A tiny drunk little man.
Yeah. And stuck him in the desert.
And all he could really do is this.
Yeah, he had to turn.
Gave it so much personality.
Right.
It was astounding.
He didn't do much except he shake
He didn't make the beeps and the boops.
He did not. But really, it captured it was one of the most beloved characters through every single episode.
Oh, Ray.
New favorite Ray. Brand new Jedi to the scene. Trained by Luke. Maybe related to somebody. Who knows?
A badass female character.
She really is a badass female character.
I don't like the fact that she still looks nervous.
Well,
in the trailers,
she's probably afraid of her powers still and the whatnot.
I want her to be confident,
right,
and just to slay.
Right.
Just don't be nervous about it, right. Bitch. Just take out that TIE fighter.
If you're listening,
take it out.
Word of advice: toughen up, Buttercup. That's your advice. That's your takeaway. And of course, trainer and now Jedi Master and Force Ghost. I'm assuming
whiner.
He was pretty whiny through the first 3. He was still a little whiny when he showed back up in The Last Jedi, but then he really he ended strong. He ended strong. And
he just sliced open that tauntaun and...
Is he going to be ghostly?
Or no, that was Han.
That was Han. Is he going to be ghostly in the next one? Is he going to show up as a ghost to talk to Rey? And...
No.
Oh. Because Yoda did. Obi-Wan has.
But, okay, listen. Because we all know what happened in the CGI.
Yes. The special features when they brought
No, not the special features. At the end of the digitally enhanced.
Yes.
And they put Hayden Christensen in there.
Why? We already had the original one.
Instead of David Prowse.
We'd seen him. We've seen it. We know what he looks like. Why are you going to put a
But-
younger version in there? He didn't die. Well, he didn't die when he was young.
No!
So why? What would be the point? Because Alex Guinness is still old. Yoda's still old. What? Anakin gets to be young in the afterlife? That's stupid.
Is he going to be hanging out with Hayden Christensen?
Right. Are they going to CGI?
Oh, what's up, Grandpa?
Are they going to CGI a young Luke in there to be a ghost?
Dad.
It's dumb. Don't do that. Don't ruin things. Stop ruining things. Carrie Fisher, the late great Carrie Fisher, our princess of all of our galaxies. She will be
Sassy.
missed, and she
Her
really
sassiness and her
she
wavering
came full
and
circle,
accents.
and then Force Jedi powers. At the end, all of a sudden, she had to somewhere. I mean, they were related. There was no reason that she didn't have any Force powers.
She didn't exercise
Nope.
the Force
She didn't want to.
until
She had
until
to. She was
she
gonna
did.
die. Yeah, right. You die in the void of space.
I.
Maybe that's her way of using the religion. I mean,
Well,
Maybe.
it's fine.
midichlorians,
She
that's a
carried
religion.
it. She carried the gene.
Yeah. It just stayed. Either
But-
maybe it stayed dormant until then, or
It was
maybe she just
a
kept
weird. It was just a weird moment for
Yeah.
her to break
it
through.
like all of a sudden. Yeah.
She's
Had she ever done it
she's
before?
floating through space.
Right. Yeah. Had she ever done it before? Was it
Not-
this the first time for her using the Force powers? Was it? You know what I mean? There's a lot of questions about that.
Was it a recessive gene, and then
Right.
all of a sudden it became a dominant?
Maybe due to being sucked out into space, it triggered it. Like, oh shit, you're about to die. Force powers.
Bitch, you're in space.
You're in space.
Triggered.
You have two options, right?
She got triggered.
Uh, Little tiny
Doesn't like
puppet
seagulls.
master of the Force.
doesn't like seagulls.
He hates seagulls. Poke your knees.
They do poke you.
He was great. Frank Oz was great. The puppet was great. And then,
It's just so cute.
you know, as we state numerous times, they go back to those prequels, and what happened? They
Destroyed it.
they really did. I mean, the essence of
I
Yoda.
like the thought of watching him kick some ass.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
how'd you get to be a Jedi? You're just a little green guy.
But you want the weird puppet 70s one. Not like the prequel one where it's all like, I'm very serious about everything.
I like him senile.
Yeah.
I like my
crazy
Yoda
Yoda.
senile.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, no, stay out of that. Quit that. Oh, you're a curious little thing, aren't you? Yeah. Where's that Yoda? What
Come on,
happened to
man,
him?
quit that banging.
Excellent. Yeah, that bad lip reading, if you haven't seen it about the seagulls, hilarious. Boba. Finally the Fett. Here he is in all his Jedi glory.
It's not Jedi.
This is from Jedi.
Well, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought you were
All his
calling
Jedi
him Jedi,
No,
and I was gonna
all
smack
his
you.
Glory from Return of the
All
Jedi.
the-
His backpacks.
Yeah.
We have an online comment from David Johnson from Fenwick
Oh no. Okay.
that he believes that Boba Fett is one of the best characters without screen time.
Absolutely.
I figured we kind of agree with that.
No,
We have an
no.
online comment.
I am not disagreeing that he is one of the finer characters. It's just
Character
amazing
with the least amount of screen time that is.
that he got so much popularity and he's so big and so many
It's
people
the
cosplay
mystique
him.
and the weirdness.
I
and
think
the,
it is. That's honestly got to be the selling
He's
point
so
is the
dark.
mystique of it. Yeah. You don't know. What's his backstory?
I don't know why
Where's he
I
come
fell
from?
in love
Don't know.
with this particular character.
That's cool.
I have no idea why.
Well, like I said, a lot of people have.
There's so many characters,
I fancy myself a Han Solo guy. Always been my favorite. Absolutely love the Han Solo.
and I
character.
mean, we kind of just naturally
Mm-hmm.
will assume the roles of Han and Leia,
Oh, yeah,
just
absolutely.
just because they're
It's
they're
part of the
lovers
relationship
and
in our
and we.
relationship.
I mean,
Yeah.
my ring. I
Yep.
have the "I love you, I know" ring.
Yep. Yep.
We have necklaces. However, the thought of throwing your ass in some carbonite and
Yeah.
wheeling you around
Yeah.
in my slave one,
Yeah, it keeps me up at night. It's great.
it's just fantasy.
Vader. He's so angry.
I've been force choked by that man.
Yeah, yeah. My wife has been force choked by Vader at one time.
A very tall Vader at Comic-Con.
Yeah, he was a good one. Yeah, that guy played it.
It wa-
That was tall. They had a good height on that one. My daughter tries to force choke out her little sister often. So, you know.
We deal with the force often.
We deal with the force often. And he was, when you first see him in Star Wars and he comes marching into the ship, blowing the door wide open, he's menacing. He's scary.
I don't
He's got
understand
that
why we're
all
already on.
black-
Why didn't we spend more time on the Fett?
Oh, did you need to? What else you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Yep.
What the
Oh,
hell?
Fett.
His Backpacks got jets.
There are songs.
There are songs.
Sonnets
Yep.
written about
MC
this
Chris
character.
Sonnets. Don't consider
My
MC
backpacks
Chris a sonnet.
got jets.
Yeah.
I'm Boba. The Fett.
The design of the mask. He's got those cool quips and one-liners. When he speaks, it's very,
2 one-liners.
no disintegrations.
As you wish.
As you wish. Yeah. So, but yeah, it is a cool.
And my
that's-
backpack's got
My
jets.
backpack's got jets. That's all he's got. Captain Solo. Always good to have a good blaster by your side. The smarm, the vest. He was a cool
His
guy.
backpack's
His backpack does not have jets. He has no backpack.
the Falcon.
He's got
the Falcon.
unpaid life debt from his Wookiee best friend and life mate.
I love.
The love of a princess. His best friend's a Jedi.
But I just
Kinda
love.
everything.
I love in Solo.
Mhm.
I just love him and Chewie's backstory. It's.
Yeah, like how they met and had to fight each other. And, yeah.
It's just
But he's
like,
always been, like, even in the 70s, he was a cool character, you know what I mean? He was smarmy.
he can speak Wookiee.
Right, he was nervous. He was confident at the wrong times, nervous at the right times. I mean, he had a lot of depth to his character for being a guy that Lucas said, what are you doing over there? He's like, building stuff. Come be in our movie. Okay. And then he just wound up telling people to get off my plane.
Who was it? Who was it
Where's
that was
my
supposed
wife?
to be? That
That's classic, yeah. Where's my wife?
I'm right here.
She's over here. I found
Oh.
her. That was supposed to play?
Who did, or maybe I'm thinking of.
You might have been thinking of something else.
I've
Well, they did have another name tossed around for Han Solo. I mean, sometimes you can go back. They show people who were going to be your iconic characters.
there was the
As long as it's not Tom Cruise, I don't care. Oh, God, Tom Cruise.
maybe I'm thinking of Indiana Jones, but
Oh, that was it? Sweet. That means
That's
intermission
number
time.
one?
Yeah, well, we didn't go in any specific order. All right, we'll take a break. We're going to hear from our sponsors, not sponsors, Pucks, the cider company. They are delicious. You can get them all over Michigan. I stand by it. I stand by them. Tardy's Collector's Corner. Get down there now because they are open and they have lines of people.
Till
and
5.
the 501st is down there, so go down and support them. Say hey, and our good buddy Drew
Trey Core
McCarthy.
Mandalorian Mercs.
We'll talk about Quarter Nerds because they're okay. They're okay. Drew not so much, but the rest of them are fine. No, but he's out there. He's the bouncer at Tardy's, and of course our friends at the Comic Signal, who we got video from Comic Signal and Tardy's. We're going to show you those two. Retro Rags, all our friends. So we'll take a break. We'll get right back. Share and subscribe while you got time. Do that too. We'll be right back.
At Schaefer Orchards, our hard cider is so good, it pours itself. Don't believe me? Oh, I got you. Puck cider.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Storytime Adventures. I'm on the road. I'm without an adult. I do have a chaperone, but he's not an adult either, so this doesn't really count. We're here at the Comic Signal. I know it's not my typical tardy stop by, but there are other comic book shops in Grand Rapids. This is one of them. Since you opened, I've stopped in here because I'm in the area. We have kids at Northview here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, off of Plainfield Avenue. For those out of town who might be watching, do you guys got a website?
We do. ComicSignal.com.
ComicSignal.com. See, we can find them online. We'll make sure and put that on our website and everywhere. But since you've opened, it's been growing exponentially.
It has. I've been
We
very
just
blessed.
had a little bit of space in here at one point in time. Tell the folks, when did you open?
We opened 3 years ago. Just kind of a second career for me, and it's been taking off really well.
Right.
So now it's my
A family owned and operated.
family-owned passion.
I know you've had them
Love
all
it.
in here and working them to death.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
part of the family.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I own a shop. You're going to have to work here.
Yeah.
What else did you do besides this? I mean,
Before this, I was a pharmacist.
so So you're just
retail
nerdy pharmacist guy.
Yep.
You kept it under wraps, and then opportunity
Exactly.
arose.
Back when I was growing up, you kept your nerdism under
That's
wraps.
right. That's right. I've talked about that in the show a lot. Different times. Different times.
Yep.
You have to go with the flow, as it would be.
Yep.
You do a lot of the conventions. You stop out to places, and you try to get around.
I try, get our name out there. We do a lot here in the store. We have a lot of artist alleys throughout
Artist
the year.
Alley is remarkable. A lot of good artists come in, they autograph things and do some artwork right here in the shop, which we got some footage of. You do the Geek Garage sale that's popped up out back,
Out back.
which is a fantastic event. I gone to it when I was down there. I've always caught the tail end of it, which is such a bummer. But so many good people just out bringing this. It's like a giant garage sale for nerds.
It is. Oh, it's a
And it's
fun
wonderful.
time. Yes.
You got anything big planned for tomorrow? I hear it's a big day.
Hey, what do you know? It's Free Comic Book Day.
It is.
I'm going to have some free comics here.
Okay.
As well as a couple of artists, Jason Strutz and Andy Budnick.
Okay.
Going to be here. We have a representative from, by the name of Tony Wright, coming from Source Point Press, which is a Michigan-based comic book company.
Bumped into them at the convention a few times. Yep. Excellent folks over there.
So they're going to be here. We'll have a representative from the Grand Rapids Comic Con as well.
Excellent.
Where people can sign up to
And
possibly
please
win a ticket to the
It's
show.
coming up. Not far away. November comes a lot closer than we think. Or is it October this year?
No, it is November.
It is
but
November
it's still, it goes quick.
I always forget. He moved it around from the year before, and then it was a month off. That throws
I
me off
can't
every
believe it's
time.
May already, honestly.
It came quick. So you guys try to keep up with everything comic book related, but not just comic book related. As we went through your store, there's a lot of games.
Yes,
You do game nights.
We do. We're known to help teach board games.
Excellent.
And we have JFAX comes in.
Okay.
And because they have a big gaming component to their convention.
Very big.
And so they'll come in once a month and teach board games. In fact, they'll be here tomorrow night, Free Comic Book Day.
Okay.
So that as you're winding down, come in and learn a game.
There's a few that we checked out that are very interesting. I'm a little far removed from board games, as it would be.
Yeah, but there's some everything from, I guess you want to say, entry-level board games, the more complex board games we play here. Extra Life at Grand Rapids, which accepts donations to give to Helen DeVos Children's Hospital.
Awesome.
Come in here.
Oh, really?
It's a free event, but I mean, if you, a donation would be nice to help out the kids down there, and you can learn and play
a game for a good cause.
And even if you know the game, come in and play anyway.
Sure. Yeah,
And
you
it's
can
not-
help out
it's
some
not-
other people.
It's not just for beginners. It's come
That's
in
been catching on a lot lately. A lot of the gaming,
Yep.
indoor gaming, like it's you could do it outdoors, I guess, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I used to do a lot of like the Mech Warrior,
Oh yeah.
the little Mech Warrior where you use a ruler.
Yep.
We had a government teacher in his basement. He had a whole city set up, and he'd
Oh.
reenact
Nice.
battles, and that's how he'd kind of teach us stuff, off the clock. We'd hang out with his son, so we'd always be down there playing games. And,
Sure.
But yeah, Mech Warrior was a big one, and I remember that, and then it moved into my goth phase, the vampire.
Oh, yeah.
Vampire the Gathering
Yep.
and stuff like that. Of course, Dungeons and Dragons, that was still
yeah.
really big.
Yep. And that's actually coming back.
It
A
is.
lot of people are looking for
It is.
more Dungeons and Dragons.
I like a lot of that stuff gets a resurgence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It goes away for a while, and then we got it coming back, and it's just it goes like gangbusters. I
Yeah.
mean, people are eating it up. This whole new generation.
It wasn't Vampire the Gathering, it was Vampire the Masquerade.
Vampire the Masquerade. What was the werewolf one? What was the Gathering? Oh, Magic the Gathering. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking of. I didn't play that either. That was.
I didn't
that
play
was actually-
Vampire either, I just had a lot of
Okay,
friends that
no,
did,
no,
and I was
that's
like,
good. Thank you for reminding me. My favorite one growing up was they had that Marvel role-playing game.
Yes.
Do you remember the original
Yes.
one where
Oh,
you had
yeah.
little character sheets, and then you'd design a costume, and then you're part of the X-Men or Avengers faction or
Yep.
something like that.
Yep.
Classics.
Yep.
That'd be great to get groups of people. I know they still do some of those from time to time. You guys just deal with the board game stuff?
We
mainly?
focus on the board games. Yeah,
Okay.
board games. And some are what they call deck building games, or more
Okay.
card based. But
Okay.
I mean, in general, they're just
We got card, dice, and board?
yes.
All those? All the
Yep.
above? You can get that if you want. That's fine. coolest things you have here are a lot of the board games, which
Yeah.
gets people to interact together and, you know, a lot of human interaction, which is a beautiful thing.
Yep.
But there are cards, dice,
Yep. Deck building games.
board games. People still do a lot of like the role playing.
They do.
It's out there. Right, like the
Dungeons and Dragons,
right?
picked
Obviously.
up.
Well, I know that's picked up and moved to like more of a outdoor format. I guess you could say
Yeah.
of a LARPing and stuff. I mean,
Yep.
Dungeons and Dragons evolved to these LARPers that are out there and playing in the woods and the parks,
Yeah.
which is a glorious time. They have that much imagination and energy and the cosplay and everything else that goes along with it. It's phenomenal. But yeah, so besides all that, I encourage folks to come to Comic Signal whenever you get an opportunity, because it's more than just games and comics. You're a family-run business.
Yep.
You're a local business,
Yep.
which is always important to, especially us. So we deal with a lot of local friends throughout Michigan that, you know, we want to try to promote them. And I love this place.
I appreciate
You
that
have a
very
good
much.
collection. I'm glad it's growing. I'm glad you're involved with community and all the kids and future artists and former artists. And yeah, because I like your door over there with all the artwork that you
Yep,
got
all
going.
our guests have
Yep.
come in. We've asked if
And
we
I
could sign
cannot
the
wait
door.
a couple of years. That thing's going to be.
Yeah, we're already thinking, boy, that fills up. We're going to put a second
You're
door
gonna
in there.
have to spread around a little bit, but yeah, it's you have apparel, you have comic books, you have graphic novels, games, collectibles. There's toys, pops, boxes for all the comic books that you need. So get on down here to Comic Signal.
Yes.
They are located on what's the exact address?
4318 Plainfield.
4318 Plainfield, Grand Rapids, Michigan. If you're already in Grand Rapids, Michigan, it's not really that far down the road. Everything's pretty well connected through here, so it was good spending time with you. Thanks
Same
for letting
here.
us
Thanks for coming
in without announcement like we do.
Nah, dude.
All right,
no
we'll
problem.
see you soon. Enjoy May the 4th.
Yeah, oh yeah.
May it be with you and forever in your favor.
Yes, thank you. You too.
All right, we'll see you guys back at the studio.
Lies! Lies,
Lies?
Drew!
There's no way to get in?
Lies!
Oh, man. I'm sorry, I just go based on the numbers, guys. Oh, they do hide it. So, Oh, it's up here. And then usually, rule of thumb, if it makes sense that it's the last four, most of the time it'll be the last. Logan? Yep.
I've seen it live, never seen it.
Where's that guy?
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man?
Hiya! How are you? Good to see you.
How are you?
Excellent.
We made it.
Heck yeah. How's it going, man?
Doing all right.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right, doing all right. All right, all right, all right.
All right. Exactly.
I love you 3000.
Quite a bit of people still outside? Nice.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's why I'm trying to do it like this so that we can actually walk. And because it got to the point last year where we instantly had to, like, on the fly, be like, hey, go get the door. Hold the door for me real quick. Because it was just getting to the point where you couldn't move. I told the guy, I said, will you be our Hodor? Let's watch the door.
That guy.
Look at all his wares. This is why he can't be on the show today. Because wares.
I've got people to do and things
Hey,
to
Joe.
do.
Hi, Joe.
Roger Appleseed.
Honey.
Sugars.
That
was very smart.
I miss you.
I know what things are. Believe me. We've been married for a while. I got her.
Hello. How's it going?
Sparkly things.
Sparkly thing.
Because you guys.
All right. Hey, welcome back. And we're back. We didn't even get counted in on this one. We're just on it. As you can see, we've had a wonderful day so far. A lot of excellent footage. We saw our friends at Comic Signal. They got a May 4th celebration they got going on with some local, with some artists that are going to be in there signing things. Great store. Family owned and operated. Wonderful people. And of course, Tardies all day. As you noticed from the video, Roger Schultz, obviously not with us today.
Contractually obligated.
Contractually obligated to be elsewhere. And that would be Tardy. So I can't even fault him for that because I love every one of those people. And they're doing great things over there. So go see them. And
Your co-host today.
yeah, my co-host today, of course, my wife.
Yeah. Thanks, Roger.
Thanks, Roger. You got my wife to come in. She's got to keep tabs on me somehow. Nah, not really. I don't go anywhere. But it was nice. It is nice to have you here because you and I do talk a lot about Star Wars
This
stuff.
is our pretty much our average everyday
This is average everyday conversation. Yeah, this isn't any different from a normal day in our life.
In fact, I kind of get sick and tired of talking with only you.
Yeah. So
about
now
some
it's
of these
great. Now we
things.
have more of a broader audience, and that's why I started doing this. You needed me out of the house, and you needed me to talk to other people.
True facts.
True. But we're celebrating May the 4th, and obviously we went out and about, and we're going to go out and about more. Many more Storytime adventures, because they're fun. People don't expect me, and I got a lot of love to give.
No, they expect you.
They do expect me.
They're waiting
Not
for you.
specifically when I show up, but they're expecting me at some point. So unscripted visits are my new favorite thing. So we're going to do more Storytime adventures. Go visit more people.
Scaring people is fun
It's
for
job
you.
one. So the Megaphone and I, we're ready for appearances. Anybody can think of anywhere you'd like us to come pop in, send us messages. We're always accepting. You know, communicate, interact with us.
Just do
whenever you want. No, do it. No, it's fine. Don't listen to her. She knows what she's talking about. But thanks to Tardies for letting us come out and hang out, and of course, Quarter Nerds, specifically Drew of Quarter Nerds for marrying us. He did a wonderful job about 6 months ago. A little over 6 months ago, we were married at the Grand Rapids Comic Con by our good friend Drew McCarthy of the Quarter Nerds. So we're all one big happy family now, all because of this.
Do you have a picture?
We don't have a picture of it. We got to get one. But to be noted, I dressed as Han Solo from Hoth. Speaking
Sure
of
did.
Star Wars Day, I was
Only
very...
because your Deadpool costume didn't show up.
No. No, it didn't show up. But when it did...
When it did!
It was bad.
It was so bad.
It was like footy pajamas that wouldn't fit a child. The fingers were webbed. It was wrong on many levels. We still have it because they never got back to me. I'm pretty sure they just closed out and said, "Nope, sorry, you're lost."
They're like, "Look at this super awesome
it was going to be an
professional
awesome
suit you can get for $37."
The katana holders, the side the
Let's
pouches.
measure your foot size so we can
they
send
want
you
to
the
know
right
so they can send you boots. Nope, none of that happened.
Nope.
Devastating. So
last minute costume change. Costume choice
was
even a choice.
well, it was going to be either the typical Han Solo with vest and the pants.
They didn't have your size.
They did not have my size, and the vest was brown.
It's supposed to be brown.
Was it supposed to be brown?
Yeah,
no,
right.
it was black. It was a black vest. Yeah, it was a black vest because you had the stripe in the pants. It's stripy pants, black vest. I remember that one. So, alternatively, was the Hoth suit, which worked out fine.
Because we did get our first snowstorm.
We did get our first, because it did snow on the day we got married. So it was appropriate in many
levels.
levels.
We were very scared.
Yep.
Well, I was very scared.
I had to huddle inside of a tauntaun on my way.
You had to ride a tauntaun?
I had to ride a tauntaun, and then I had to stay inside of it for warmth while I was waiting in traffic. That's how it worked.
None of that happened.
All right. Beyond all that. Oh, and side note, happy birthday to my stepdaughter's boyfriend, Gabe.
Gabe!
It's Gabe's birthday.
Happy birthday, Gabe!
Happy birthday, Gabe. He's one of ours, pretty much.
My daughter's boyfriend
we've adopted
for
him.
3.5 years.
3.5 years. That's a good haul. That's a good haul.
They did. I remember they started dating on Friday
Proms,
the 13th.
they went to proms and dances and events, and
He's been a part of our family.
We watched him grow with our own children.
His birthday just happens to be on one of our favorite.
On the 4th, so. And he's never watched a single Star Wars. Thanks, ass.
Nope. I think Annie made him do it
she?
yesterday.
Oh.
Or today.
Oh. Well,
I think Annie was supposed to.
I hope it worked out well.
check in with that.
I hope he saw it. I hope he got to watch it. I hope he liked it. Okay. So we'll move back on to said Star Wars, because that's what today is. Star Wars, it means a lot to a lot of people. I mean, it has its own celebration in Chicago that has gone like gangbusters. They built a whole Star Wars planet in Disney World now that you can go to.
They didn't build a planet.
They built a station.
They built an amusement park because that's what Disney does.
Right, and it's a theme. Okay, we're not getting into your hostility about Disney right now. The fact is, they built a place for Star Wars fans and characters where even if you stay in the hotel, they give you clothes that have to do with that universe,
They
and
dyed
then
their
you are
milk blue.
and then you are immersed in the storyline of Star Wars, which is amazing. But as we
do that because they're
typically wrap up every week. Stay with me, please. We like to go over the things that are connected to pop culture to the other outlets of pop culture. Of course, you've seen the show. Music. No, she never watched a single one of them. Music, movies, video games, comic books, toys. I mean, and when you're talking about
asking me or telling me?
No, I'm telling you. And when it comes to Star Wars, it's run the gamut of all of them. There's nothing it has not missed, merchandising-wise. For example, the video games. There's lots of them over the years.
Star Wars, the breakfast
cereal.
Star Wars, the blowtorch.
Right.
Star Wars.
It's a lot like, yeah, exactly. Spaceballs really predicted what's going on. But one of the first things we'll tackle is, of course, the video game franchise. There was many of them. There was a Jedi Knight. There was a Rebel Assault. Bounty Hunter.
Pod Racers.
Pod Racers, yep, which you mentioned. That wasn't horrible.
Nope.
Knights of the Old Republic. I used to love that one. That was one of my favorite RPGs.
What was the one that we rented that we could...
Battlefronts. Battlefronts is good. I like the original ones that came out on the PS2. Because that was just, you just march on and you take over planets and territory from the Empire or from the Rebels. Depends on which side you go. And then now it's not so much that anymore.
Remember the...
Yeah, the cool force powers and everything. Yeah, that's cool.
choke.
The Force Awakens, actually,
Boba
that
Fett.
game. Yep, when you can play Boba Fett, just jetpack around and disintegrate.
No disintegration.
You can disintegrate all day in that game. That's the beautiful part of it. Knights of the Old Republic you can actually get on your phone now. It's still a good RPG if you have the time to take to sit on your phone and play it. Force Awakens, you are a clone of the Emperor, but a Jedi apprentice, and it's got cool force power. You take down a Star Destroyer in the game. You literally just pull that bitch to the ground. It's impressive. That's impressive.
I'm not going to argue.
I know you're not.
I don't know why you're looking at me to argue.
I don't know. TV. You got many. Cartoons.
Oh, Ewoks.
The Ewoks Adventures cartoons. Droids, for some reason, R2 had a tongue.
That's from the Christmas, or the...
That's from the Christmas special?
Yeah, that one is.
That's right. Oh, that...
The top corner.
Yeah, that is, because he's got that blue midriff. That's right. And they did animate them in the Christmas, the holiday special. I'm sorry,
Life Day.
Had
some
the
really
Life Day
awful
special,
colors.
where you get to see all kinds of a Wookiee mess. There is the Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, the CGI Rebels, Clone Wars was Tartakovsky. That's the guy who did Dexter's Lab and a few other cartoons. Samurai Jack wound up doing that Clone Wars. I went and saw it in the theaters with my boy, with Chance, when he was a little bit younger. And it was...
he didn't care.
He really didn't at the time. I think I was more interested out of curiosity's sake. But, I mean, for animated, it wasn't bad. Something dark side. It was a brilliant
with the Blue Harvest
spoof. Started with Blue Harvest, moved on through the rest of the series.
Goddamn chicken.
They ran out of chicken as Boba Fett. I know you hated that, but they fought Han Solo. That's they had a rivalry. So that's the only character that you could use. I mean,
vicious cock.
And the Jewish guy as Lando cracks me up, and Quagmire C-3PO is just wrong. The R2-D2 that was
let
Cleveland.
me just say, I love the little truck.
Just little trucks. The little mouse trucks. I
The
think
little
that's what
mouse
they're called. Yeah,
droids.
little mouse droids.
However,
Yep.
wait. But I love that the fact that they did scene for scene.
Yeah. With the
Everything
little one
they
that
did
scoots up to
was
Chewbacca.
the timing was perfect.
Yep.
Everything was spot on.
Yeah.
Everything about
Family
it.
Guy, they are fans of Star Wars, and you can tell by the way they did this. And Meg never speaking because shut up, Meg. Robot Chicken was
that too.
Yeah, this is excellent as well.
Because of Seth
Green.
Seth Green.
Yep, and they were huge fans, and all the guys on the staff, and they did it justice, and they made jokes about the appropriate things that you would normally watch. And Star Wars would be like, what the hell?
And they would get their voice actors.
And the Emperor's phone call that has Seth MacFarlane doing the Emperor. Yeah, okay, I love you too. That is one of the funniest things, hands down, that I have ever seen Star Wars parody related.
Wait, which one is it that makes fun of the other one? It's Family Guy makes fun of the Robot Chicken. They're like, Robot Chicken. Or no, Seth Green makes fun of it. It's like,
well, you know,
Robot
Dad.
Chicken already did.
Yeah,
this.
right. Yeah, nobody watches that show. Yeah, that incorporates nicely. One of my favorite little spoof skit spin-offs is, remember that Cops DVD I had, that 20th anniversary Cops DVD? It had something called Troops. It was like an episode of Cops, but it had troopers.
Was that on Newgrounds? Not Newgrounds.com.
Oh, I know what you're talking. No, you can actually find it's on YouTube.
My brother showed me that
but
before
it's
the
called
internet
Troops.
was the internet.
And Tom Servo from Mystery Science Theater makes an appearance of these troopers
Yes!
trying to get
They're
Jawas
arresting
for
droids.
Selling terrible droids and stuff. It hands down one of the funniest things that I have watched. So if you get a chance, look that up. It's good.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Please do. The music of John Williams, music-wise. John Williams gave us a soundtrack.
London
He gave us the
Orchestra.
Duel of the Fates. He gave us great music through that. I mean, that sticks with you for an orchestra. I like music, and I do like classical music. But when it comes to if I was to listen to anything orchestrated, it would be Star Wars. I could listen to that shit front to back, not a problem. And of course, they had a Disco Star Wars, which is one of Roger's favorites. He actually got that. Was it Mezzo? I think it's Mecco, something. He got the vinyl for it, which I'm super proud of him for that. But it's not a good song. It's not a good song. Toys, collectibles, gear. Look at this photo. Look how much collectibles and memorabilia. There's a little afro on that R2-D2 over there in a gold chain. I see it from Family Guy.
Oh, I totally see it.
Yoda's.
There's a Hungry
Banthas,
Hippo on that Jedi.
There's Hungry Hippos on a Jedi. Obviously, we have a few things.
I see a Bantha.
We got a few
I see
things.
Bantha
I mean, you can acquire, even to this day, all kinds of Star Wars merchandise. They're doing more for the newer stuff. You can still collect some more of the old stuff, you got to spend a pretty penny if you're looking for some of the rare and original things. I'll tell you that. I mean, we get lucky. We find, this big Vader here and some other stuff that we've gotten over the years. I mean, but they're nothing like the original toys. And like I said, cost you a pretty penny if you really want a collection of that caliber, because that is impressive. That's like Motu Joe.
I see.
Got that room full.
I see a coat, jacket with the
Yeah.
Mandalorian Mythosaur skull.
Yeah, there's a big life-size, or not life-size 3PO. Life-size Vader. I like that Vader. That little stand-up thing. That is cool looking.
A refrigerator cover. You can put
Oh yeah, Han Solo and carbonate on your
I
refrigerator.
want that on my fridge.
You can get all kinds of utensils. But
Is that a Greedo
we got
skull?
we got a little,
I have so many. I have
right
so many Mandalorian coffee mugs. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, she does have a lot of them. Yeah, it looks like a Greedo mug or something like that. Yeah,
it's a skull.
The big stuffed bantha. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so collectibles are still out there. I had a lot growing up. Comic book wise, Marvel did a lot. Dark Horse is doing a bunch. You can still get a bunch of the old Marvel. I got a few of the old Marvel ones that are still.
We have the Solo. We have a bunch of the Solo. We
Yep.
have a bunch of Mandalorian.
We have a bunch of Mandalorian ones. Yep, we got some of the Boba Fett stories that happened. I do like the old 80s Marvel ones that came after Star Wars because they tried to tell tales in between the movies, which was kind of cool. I mean,
confusing.
yeah, they were a little confusing,
books,
but they were just
comics. There was
separate
a whole bunch of stuff.
adventures that they took.
But see, when I read stuff like that, I read and when I had some time, we'll just say, I read a book when I had some time to myself that introduced a lot of new characters, and afterwards it confused it smeared a lot of the storylines and made me think.
Made you question about what was
like, whoa, but wait.
Why did this happen? Yeah, well, this
where
doesn't make any sense. Yeah, where are these in relation
now?
to? Right. Yeah, I can see how that could happen.
There was a lot of stormtroopers.
The artwork's good, of course. I always go for artwork mainly on comic books. I mean, story's a close second for me, but that's it. That's all we got. Sweet. You know what that means? We get to avoid things, right? Is it avoidance corner time? Oh.
I'll go to my corner.
Go to your corner so I can avoid you. No, you don't have to leave. Okay. The avoidance corner today has to do with Star Wars loosely. Kinda.
Nope.
Lucas is involved.
Nope.
Captain EO.
Big.
Captain EO.
No.
Lucas gave us Captain EO because Michael Jackson wanted something to show at Epcot Center. This was only shown in 3 dimensions at Epcot Center. I have watched this in person. And I'm sure a handful of other people have. It's weird.
Handful.
It's almost like Moonwalker. Moonwalker weird. Moonwalker was a weird Michael Jackson thing.
People.
Well, it's Michael Jackson anyways. I know this is pre-touchy Macaulay Culkin or not, but it was... yeah, right. Whatever that phase was he went through.
Ew.
I don't know.
Let's not call it a phase.
All right, he died a pedophile. Whatever. But the point being... Michael Jackson wanted to be on this space adventure thing, and they had weird aliens, and Lucas helped with it, and it was in 3 dimensions, and the only way you could see it, I don't know if they still run it at Epcot.
Of course they don't.
They did for a long time, even when it wasn't even remotely relevant. But I think they've changed things up, obviously, now with Star Wars and the other requirements. Well, yeah, maybe, but part of Universal and things like that. So, that's our Star Wars celebration. I say avoidance corner for Captain EO. Not like you're ever going to be able to watch it, unless you can find a copy of it somewhere, maybe online. But like I said, I saw it live, 3 dimensions in Epcot many moons ago, and it wasn't good. So maybe you're doing yourself a favor, being old enough to never have known about it, I guess, in your lifetime. Thanks to Tardies, thanks to Comic Signal, thanks to Roger, thanks to my wife. Thanks to production staff.
You're welcome.
Oh, she's laying down.
No, she's hiding. No, she left already. She's done with me. There she is. Say bye, wife. Bye to the people. Bye, wife. We're going to do this again next week. I don't remember what our plan was for next week, so I'll keep you guys updated online. Check us out on SoundCloud. Check us out on the YouTube, the Facebook. Share and subscribe. We could always use it. It helps us in our show so we can do more things. More Storytime Adventures and more shows like this. We'll get some guests on and we'll share with you guys and tell them stories. That's what we're here for. You'll be back for Kaiju's, for sure. Come the end of the month. Godzilla's coming.
June 1st, I'll be back.
And we are going to be front row center and prepared. I am excited about it. I'm excited. So we'll talk about that. Wife will come back. Until then, Roger, I think, is back with us. Maybe. I'll say yes. At this point, who
Why
cares?
don't you marry him?
Yeah, I might. All right. It's good to see you guys. Come back again soon. All right. Have a good weekend. Bye. Enjoy the 4th.
You.